Hi, it's me, Emily Bender, and today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. I have another Wealth Voice update. So I met with our designer and went over some of the prototypes for the skill builder and some of the other screens that are going to be in the tool today. Really excited. Everything's looking great. But I want to back up and tell you a little bit about the positioning and the reason that what we're building is so important, especially at a time like this when people need to communicate. So Wealth Voice at its core is a communications tool. I initially thought that it would be positioned as a marketing tool because that's the language I speak and have for so long. But I was speaking with Matt Medeiros, and he's from the Institute for Wealth Management. He's been really enthusiastic about building this and giving me some insight into what advisors will really be using the tool for. And he said, it's a communications tool. So this was a light bulb moment for me, thanks to Matt. And really, you think of your communications tool like your phone line or your email service provider, or even frankly, your internet connection that allows you to communicate digitally. These are all non-negotiable business expenses. Wealth Voice is going to be the same thing. Because it's early days, you don't think of it that way yet, but your presence on voice assistants, you can say on smart speakers, but it's much bigger than just the smart speakers. Smart speakers are the training wheels of voice. Your presence being voice accessible is the way that you will reach customers because that's where attention is headed. You have to always look where the puck is headed, not where is it or where was it. And competing against the noise in those crowded platforms does not behoove you. It does not give you staying power for tomorrow. So that said, Wealth Voice is going to focus on becoming a communications tool and platform. And it's not for the reason that you have to battle for marketing budget so much of the time. I mean, this is the woe of many marketers, always having to fight for budget. Other departments don't understand the importance of marketing, but frankly, without marketing, you don't have sales. Without sales, you don't have revenue. That's neither here nor there because Wealth Voice is a communications tool, not because right now marketing budgets are being cut and it will be easier to convince people like, this is your new phone line, but because actually this speaks to the greater need that our customers have. And in building this, I'm not doing it for any reason but to solve an existing problem. And this is a mistake a lot of people make when they create products. My friend Jay Cornelius from Nine Labs, who is a product and design expert, he's one of the best in the business, has a really great approach for building products, and you always start with the problem. You don't start with the solution or what you think people want. So that's what I did with Wealth Voice. After having so many clients who are financial advisors and understanding one of their pain points, which is building relationships and sustaining and retaining clients, relationships are everything in this business. So there's a lot of noise out there. If you're a financial advisor, you have other messages that are coming in and telling your clients this philosophy or this school of thought on investing. Those are competing with what your plan and philosophy may say and that to which you and your client have agreed. The biggest thing about having a financial plan is you set it and you stick to it no matter what happens, especially when you have the market in free fall like it is right now. So if you have all these competing messages, one of the ways that it's easier to make sure that your client kind of stays on board and on track with what we decided and agreed to 4 years ago, John, is to stay in their ear and to keep building trust and that relationship through communicating. And the best way to do that is through your voice. I mean, video is great as well. We don't all have time to produce video. Video is variable and more expensive and can be problematic and actually a bigger hassle than audio. It's much faster and easier to put out an audio message, and it retains that human warmth and that quality that processes in the brain anywhere from 10 to 100 times faster than a visual because we are hardwired for sound. From the moment we hear our mother's voice in the womb, it is our first sensory experience, and our brains are set up to process sound in the same place where music, emotion, and memory reside. It is a fast-track way to somebody's emotions and to feeling a connection with them. That's the human voice. We are communicators and storytellers by nature. So Wealth Voice is a communications tool. It is a platform that allows you to connect and to retain those clients by building a warm relationship and trust over time by sharing your views on the market, your philosophy, your natural reactions to things. Like, we're all human. We want to hear from other people. We don't want to read emails and text and tweets all the time. We'd love to hear a voice. So what happens when you have clients who are hearing competing messages and you've got Mad Money, you've got cable news, you have all of these financial pundits saying pull out, or this, sector is doomed, and all of these fear-based messages. There's a lot of scarcity mentality with that. It's confusing at best and scary at worst. So this is what begets irrational investing, right? If you make that person focus on you, if you're their advisor, like, here's the plan, we're sticking to it, we're confident in what we have laid out for you, and everything's going to be okay. If you could get that message out there, I would say that's a lot more valuable than sending an email. Wouldn't you agree? So Wealth Voice is moving along. We're going at a breakneck speed, but it's a really exciting and kind of perfect time to do this because everybody is we're at stay-at-home quarantine orders. They're calling it shelter in place. Terrible choice of words. Shelter in place is from when you had to hide from bombs, okay? From the World War II era. We're not getting bombed. We're actually, Scott Galloway said this on the Pivot podcast. Our generation's call is now. This is it. Our grandparents and our parents had calls to fight in World War II and Vietnam, and our call is to sit on our couch and reach out to people via Zoom. We've got this. I thought that was so funny. Pivot is a fantastic podcast, by the way, if you haven't listened. So really pumped. Wealth Voice is moving along. I will have another update soon. But the big takeaway here is it is a communications tool and platform that will let you build and maintain the most important thing in your business, which is your relationships with your customers or clients. You don't want to have to pay to acquire new ones every year because you're churning, because they don't trust you, they don't hear from you, they don't really know what you believe and what you stand for. There's no reason not to share that because you know what you believe. So share it. I'll be posting updates just like this as we go through the process of building and launching this product. It is a startup journey and it's happening during coronavirus, so it's a little bit of a unique time to build a business. So I thought, why don't we tell some stories while we do it? You can subscribe to this YouTube channel. My name is Emily Binder. My handle is @EmilyBinder on Twitter. Everywhere, it's all Emily Binder. So follow me and I'll keep you posted as I go through this. I think there's a lot to learn for everybody. Also, if you're interested in signing up for Wealth Voice, of course, visit WealthVoice.ai and you can request an invitation there.